Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be solving today's lead code question, which is isomorphic strings. So we are given two strings, which is S and then T, and then we need to determine whether they are isomorphic or not. Suppose suppose E and S and T are isomorphic if the characters in S can be replaced to get T. So now we can replace the characters which are present in this particular S with some characters, and then to will get the particular T. If we could able to get the T, then we are going to return it as true. Now all the occurrences of the character must be replaced with another character while preserving the order of the characters, and then no two characters may map to the same character, but the character may map to itself. So we are given two strings, and then we need to find those strings can be isomorphic or not. Suppose if I take this particular example where I have egg and then add. Now even though e and a are not same, but we can map e to a, so that we'll get the a as our answer, and then we'll map g to d, and then e to a, and then we are going to replace e with a and then g with d. Now we can get the add as our answer, as we are replacing e with a and then g with d. Suppose let's say we are given foo and then bar. For this we have fo and then o. Now for the other string we have like b and then a and then r. So this is the result we want. Now if I change f to b and then o to a, then I can match this particular characters which are present in the string t. Now when I want to replace o with r, it is not possible. Why? Because it is already mapped with a. Why? Because it is already mapped with a, and then we cannot do the multi map. It is given that no two characters may be matched to same character, but the character may map to itself, and then all the characters must be replaced with another character while preserving the order of the characters. So we should map to only one character. We should not do multi map. That is from o to a and then o to r. We should not do that. We can do only o to a or with any other character, or o can be mapped with itself. And then one more thing is, suppose o is mapped to a. Now f cannot be mapped to a. Why? Because it is already mapped to a. So it should be one on one mapping. It should not be many to one or one to many. It should be one on one mapping, and then we need to return this particular true or false. So we'll try to find the solution. We suppose let's say e is present. Now if the characters, if this particular character is already mapped, then we are going to check if this particular character which is mapped to is already same as this. If the mapped character is same as this, then we are going to traverse. If it is not same, then we are going to return false. And then let's say if the character is not mapped, g is not mapped, then we are going to map this particular g to d, and then we'll visit again. So let us go through the code. So we are going to take the map, so that we'll map from one character to another character for mapping, and then sc is to determine which character is already mapped. So suppose let's say the map of s of I. That means this particular character is already mapped to this particular. This will be our key, and then this will be our value. And then let's say this character is already mapped to some other character, and then if the mapped character is not equal to this particular character which is present now, then we are going to return it as false. Suppose let us consider some example where I have a and then b and then D. Now for this I have C and then C and then D. Now A will be mapped to C at the starting, and then whenever we and then let's say this is also A, and then this will be some D. Now A is already mapped to C. Now when I check the value of this particular A which is mapped to C, so this will be the character equal to C, and then this C will not be equal to D. That's why we are going to return it as false. And then let's say suppose if the this particular character which is like, we'll take one more example where I have A and then D and then V and then G. So for these characters, A is not present in this particular map. That's why we are going to insert into our map to this particular V, and then D will be inserted to G. And then now we are storing this particular characters which is VG in the set, so that it will not be mapped to multiple characters. Suppose when I have one more character which is like E, and then now I have G. Now for this, whenever E will not be present, why? Because it is not already mapped. Now I have this particular G, so I need to map E to G, but G is already mapped from D to G. So that's why we are not going to use this E to G. That's why we are going to return it as false. So for this, if we come to the time and space complexity, the time complexity is going to be big of n. Why? Because we are running only one loop, and then the space complexity is going to be big of 1. Yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching the video.